come every night. They watch us until the sun rises again. It's a window on the other side.
Very interested in someone new.
What is that? What are they doing?
Applause. For you, Mina.
Don't you want to know what they are?
The film The Watcher is about Mina, Dakota Fanning, who in her mind is a visual artist. But for now, she is working in a pet store because Mina is still depressed from her mother dying in a car accident 15 years ago. The owner of the pet shop thought it would be good for Mina to go on a day's trip to Belfast Zoo to deliver a bird, a Golden Conrue. It would be good for her to get outside and get some fresh air instead of playing dress up and going to bars at night and giving men a false name. Mina agrees to take the bird the next morning. Along with the trip, she stops for fuel, but she doesn't notice all the missing persons posters on a large sign when pulling out to continue her journey. She travels a route which takes her through a giant dense forest in Western Ireland, and guess what happens? You're right. Her vehicle stops running and decides to hoof it deeper into the woods, hopefully to find a place to call her boss. Here's some hints, but no spoilers to help you with your journey in the mind of A.M. Shine, who wrote the book from which this movie was created with the help of some writing by the director, Ishana Shyamalan. There's a force in Western Ireland that draws in souls like Swifties who are willing to travel anywhere, even to other countries, just to see her. More than likely, after the concert, the Swifties can go home, but once a person enters in this forest in Ireland, no one ever leaves. Centuries ago, fairies, changelings, ruled the world as gods, and there was a time they lived among humans together. See, changelings were fairies that could take on human form. Of course, humans didn't like that, or they became jealous, so they vanquished the fairies, the changelings, to the forest and forced them underground. Since the fairies, changelings, now called watchers, wanted to capture humans in the forest and never let them leave. This way they could trap humans in a three-sided large cement rectangle with a giant glass in front like a theater with a stage so they could watch them at night. This way they could start mimicking them or even listen to the tone of their voice, so eventually, if they did find the edge of the forest, they could leave looking like a human and live among them again. But the changelings, the watchers, had one problem. It was with the humans' eyes. It took some time for the watchers to form themselves into a human, but being there for centuries, they came to the point they could transform into humans pretty well. Of course I wanted to watch the film The Watchers because of Dakota Fanning. I don't care what some people think. The older Miss Fanning gets, she is better or equal to Meryl Streep. The film The Watchers was a yawn, the first half. Some think the beginning was better than the confusing ending. I was totally opposite and was ready to turn on my side and fall asleep, but around the halfway mark or a little bit more, I wanted to continue to watch the rest of the film to find out what actually happens to everyone. I would classify all actors in the movie stage actors. I didn't see any weak links. What cinematography there was, it was excellent. Some scenes in the forest were almost too dark. The content of the film was a little confusing, which bothered me. Personally, I had to do some research to find out the history of the fairies or changelings. The ending of the film helped me understand the narrative better. But I do have some questions about the film. Why did Mina, Dakota Fanning, go to the bar? She explained to the Golden Conrue while in the car she just had to do that sometimes, 'cause it was in her. I don't buy that. While trapped in the forest, the humans weren't allowed to go in the holes, but they did. They also weren't allowed to go outside, but they did. Sometimes films rated PG-13 do not relate to a very good horror film that we will always remember, like in John Madden. In an alphabetic score, I give the film The Watchers a C+. The plus sign was added because we like Dakota Fanning as an actress.